Hey all, welcome back to the channel. So, amid the Rise of the Beast that, the Earthspark this, the YOLO Park that, and the 3-0 this, me, being the weirdo that I am, I'm gonna go back in time and take a look at this thing. This is the Universe 2008 Voyager class Blades, based on EVAC. Is it any good? Is it great? Is it wonderful? We're about to find out in the latest GotBot True review. Hey all, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, man, please like, comment, share, of course, subscribe, and while you are at it, light 'em up, baby. Hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton. It lets you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below. Also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, hit the join button at any given time and become a channel member. By the by, if you happen to hear any noise in the background, I will tell you now that Starscream wife is kind of pittering around doing some things. So if you do hear anything, it is her. This is Blades. I mean, technically. No, it doesn't combine. I mean, yes, it's an early iteration, we'll say, of an update for the protectobots. I've never looked at the EVAC mold. I've never looked at any version of it. So I figured Blades was as good of a one as any. This is on loan to me by a good buddy of the channel, Maximal 10. And it comes from an era where I'm not super familiar with Transformers, but man, oh man, the heft on this is so nice. It feels so good in hand. So as a standalone version of Blades, why am I doing this now? Well, you know, recently I took a step back and I looked at 07 movie Incinerator, and he was fun, and I started thinking about rotors. And I thought, well, you know, there's still a couple of oldies but goodies kicking around here for me to take a look at that got rotors. So I figured, why not take a look at this guy? A couple more up and coming down the line just a bit. Is this guy good? Is this guy great? Well, we're about to find out when we head over to the table and take a closer look at him.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, there's no dun dun dun.
Maybe there should be.
Maybe there should be. And so, yes indeed, here we have Blades and Blades. Both are meant to be a G1 representation of the Protectobot that it forms a part of Defensor. The Voyager 2008 Universe Blades, based on the Cybertron EVAC mold, is the one we're looking at today. This guy here. The Combiner Wars one, though smaller for sure, is the one that can actually become a limb. This guy doesn't. That's the unfortunate thing, and that's going to be a bit of a blow against him. Nevertheless, here we have both helicopters, and guess what? Neither one of them is exactly the way Blades should be. Blades, in essence, has the very front of the cockpit red, a la the Combiner Wars. Like this black isn't accurate. The main body of the helicopter shouldn't be red, as it is here and as it is here. It should be white. The landing skids should be wheels. Admittedly, these are kind of wheels, so it sort of works with this guy better, not with him. And the back should be red, which works, I think, a little bit better here than it does with the Combiner Wars. Both of them have a couple of similarities. For example, they both have a, like, coastal Autobot rescue, I guess, insignia, if you will. And it says the Latin phrase, Semper Refirmus, which basically means we will always bring them back. On him, it's back right here. And it's very, very small writing around an Autobot logo. Or up right here on the Combiner Wars 1. Again, very, very small and around an Autobot logo. So a nice little nod there between the two of them. I mean, do they both suffice as Blades? Yeah, I think so. If you see a red helicopter that says rescue on it, you're probably going to know that it's Blades, right? This guy much bigger, clocks in at a hefty for a Voyager. 227 grams of plastic. I mean, obviously much larger than, you know, the typical 145 to 165. Again, this came out in a different time. However, it does go to show that modern Voyagers, or things that they're trying to pass off and sell as modern Voyagers, like the 86 Ironhide being 121 grams, though I think that one is passable. And then the Studio Series 86 Hot Rod at 77 grams, including all of his accessories. I mean, to drop from 227 to that is quite a precipitous drop, right? It's why I do this analysis, so that, you know, we can stay informed and we can see what we're getting for our money, right? But this guy's great. So is this guy. Neither of them perfect in helicopter mode. I do find it funny that the Combiner Wars one has rescue in big letters up here, and then he has missiles on his arms. I get why there's missiles on his arms, because it's that helicopter Combiner Wars mold. But guys, maybe you should have at least remolded the forearms. Just saying. Oh, with the Combiner Wars lad taken out of it, we can sort of focus more on this guy now. And it's a very hefty, chunky helicopter. We do have a gimmick over here on an arm. I'm going to show it later. This also becomes a gimmick on an arm. We also have a couple of things back here that we can use a Cyber Planet key for. I don't know if this is the proper Cyber Planet key for him or not. It's just a Cyber Planet key that I happen to have around. This is on loan from Maximal 10, so it was his Cyber Planet key. I don't know what will happen if I put it in here now. Will they still go forward if I put it? Yeah, they'll still go forward if I put it in there now. The nice thing is, though, this is one of those cases where if you, like, lose the Cyber Planet key, it's not going to ruin the guy. Like, he can still transform and do stuff because that's really that gimmick. Like I said, I'll show this one later. And then this one here, I should have, if I can find it. Is it here? There's a button. Oh, it's up here. It's up here. Is it? Do I push it in? Do I push it down? There's a button here that's supposed to. There we go. So when you push it in, it makes the rotors rotate. I think that's super duper cool. Put those down. Nice, I guess, vehicle mode. Hefty, chunky, looks good, little bit stylized, but I think it's great. I mean, EVAC would have been wonderful, right? As a Blades, it's a bit iffy. As an EVAC, it's pretty much perfect. It was also used as a Springer, which, it's a cool helicopter mode, I guess. I get why you would use it, but I don't really see Springer in this. And I think that Springer might have been, I don't know. Maybe that was a Universe Voyager too. I'm not 100% sure. And of course it was used for a botcon iteration of Shattered Glass Galvatron, which I think it works okay for as well. Haven't given any scores yet. Let's do the transformation and we'll talk about things when we get there. See if I can remember how this goes now. So, they split. This comes off. All of this comes off. And the back here sort of splits as well. Take all of that off. Oh, they like to pop out of here. It's not a big deal though. I'm going to take that up. And we have to, there, separate the arms from the legs. There we go. So you kind of like explode everything apart on the guy. Once you have that done, I guess you can also take these and go like this. I'm going to put that in after. We're not going to worry about that just yet. We're going to come here and we're going to take this all the way down on the back. We're going to take these and angle them down as well. We're going to bring the waist all the way up around, and it will, once we get the legs down here, because they're on ratchets of course, right? We bring this up and solidify it in. We also bring out a foot and bring out a foot. And we bring these up on the side, the landing gear up on the side, and we turn the guy at the waist, I think. Yeah, we do. We turn the guy at the waist. Turn a leg and turn a leg. And we'll come down here and we're going to pick out a heel. And now this one is harder to get out because this one had a little peg. This one doesn't. A little bit of a nuisance to get this one out, I find. not a major nuisance, but enough of a nuisance that you see me struggling with it here, right? I'm going to get that out in a minute. We take the arms out to the side and angle them down. We're going to clip this into right here. And we're going to take the shoulder and rotate the shoulder around so the blue detailing is out front and bring an arm down. Over here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make sure the blue detailing is out front. We're going to clip both of those in. And then finally, we're going to slide this backpack up to reveal his head. Cool. So far, so good. The arms will open up and we flip out a hand and close that back up. We turn the arm around this way. We open up this flap. We bring out a hand and close it back up. Bend at the, oh, I don't have this one clipped in. Though I should have this one clipped in. Why are you not clipped in? There we go. Bend here. Because I had them fall off and I didn't put them on earlier, we're going to put them on right now. There should be an easy, yeah, there's a flat, if they come out, there's a, this is kind of like a half circle, like a crescent. So if it comes out, really all you need to do is make sure you line it up again correctly. There. To put it in thusly. And really, though I gotta get that heel out, in the end, boom, here we have Blades in his robot mode. I'm gonna get that other heel out, clean up things ever so slightly, and then we will start giving this guy some scores. And there we go, we have both of them here. Obviously the Combiner Wars one is a little more in line with what we would expect the character to look like, starting from the bottom, working our way up. The feet and shins, in fact the entire leg from the knee down should be red. So neither one of them are exactly perfect. This guy has white detailing and black on the toes, understandably. The other guy has black on the toes and like part of a cockpit on the side of his leg and a white stripe going down the front. So like neither one of them kind of strike the mark there. White thighs, red pelvis. I mean the white thighs, the Combiner Wars nails, the red pelvis not as much. I mean we have black thighs on the Universe one, so it doesn't nail it. The arms on both should just be white. Simple as that. They should be white. They are not. We do only have two rotors, so the rotors on this one and the fact that they're on his back is more accurate than on his arm. And the head, while the head sculpt on both is alright, the white head with the blue face and even darker blue eyes of the Combiner Wars is more accurate. As for the chest itself should be red going up the sides, not this silver detail and not this silver detail. The center of the chest should indeed be white, but the Autobot logo that's over here should be on the center of the chest. So again, neither of them really nail it there. I do think the Combiner Wars, in terms of capturing the look of the character, is more successful, but taking him out of it, I mean, if I had the EVAC colors, I would say that this guy's like a 9.5. As a Blades, I mean, he's, I don't know, 7, we'll say, you know? You gotta squint to turn your head on the side, right? You'll see that these are up over his shoulders right now because we have the Cyber Planet key in here. If I take that out, I mean, I put this down and put this down. I'm actually going to go in a little closer on him so that we can get a better look at his details. So look, we're saying a 7. Transformation, I think it's brilliant. I love it. The only, and I mean the only thing that I stumble with at all with this transformation, wait now, actually before I mention the thing that I stumble with, let me just say that the fact that everything is incorporated and he kind of explodes his body out and like, you know, it's not like a shell former. Part of it becomes his legs, part of it becomes his arms. Like, I love that. I love that. Even the slider for getting his head up. Really clever stuff. So, I think the transformation's a 10. Oh, by the way, I didn't put these up. I should do that now. I think the transformation is a 10. It's clean, even with all of his kibble, like he's fairly clean. The only thing that I stumbled with at all was this heel over here. This one has a little start, this one doesn't. Besides that, the guy is fantastic. And he's solid. He stands so solidly. So we have a 7 and a 10. 7 for look, 10 for transformation. Right now the guy's getting an 8.5 for sure. The gimmick with the Cyberplanet key works, and it's not obtrusive. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. The other thing over here, if you want him to have a shield or a rotating saw, it works great still on his arm, just like it did before in helicopter mode. This comes out on a string, you could hook it to something, and then there's a button here that retracts it, and like it retracts with force. I think that's cool. That's his 3 gimmicks. They all work smoothly, and you can use them if you want, or you don't have to. That's up to you, right? What about the articulation? Well, the head goes left, right, not really any up and down. The arms are on ratchets, and they can move quite a bit. They're limited in their back because of this, but I mean, I guess if you... I don't know if there's a way that you could sort of finagle... put that back in. I don't know if there's a way that you could finagle this so that you get more backward motion with the shoulder. Because of the clip, you technically get a butterfly, a deep butterfly all across the body. I mean, whether you want to use it or not, I guess is your call. I do like, though, that they clip in. They don't just go back in like friction there. Like, there's a clip to hold those shoulders in. So if you don't want to use the butterfly, it's not going to happen to you accidentally. Just saying, I love the Legacy Evolution Skyquake, but I really wish that his shoulders did have an actual locking point. Bicep swivel, elbow for short and 90 degrees, nothing at the wrist. Arms can go, I mean, way out. Way out. Better than some newer things for sure. We have a waist on the guy. All this is ratcheted, by the way. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's all ratcheted. The legs, they can go kind of back. If you got these up, they can go all the way back, all the way forward, all the way out to the side. Thigh swivel. I mean, little under 90 degree at the knee, but not a ton. Oop, I undid that waist. I guess toe and heel forward and back, nothing to the side. I guess if you want to call that a bummer, you could, you know, but it's like the only bummer really. Does he have some kibble? Yes. Is it obtrusive? Slightly. It's not a deal breaker, but yeah, slightly. Is it going to ruin his score? No. I would have liked to have seen ankle tilt. I guess I wish that we could move these out of the way a little easier. But honestly, maybe the head could have a little more movement, but it's not much. The guy is solid and can score some excellent dynamic poses. I'm going to give his articulation a solid 9 for sure, because I think the little gripes, maybe even a 9.5, I think the little gripes are just that, little gripes. He's so solid. Everything is ratcheted. He holds his poses. He holds his weight. You can do so much with him. You know what, I'm going to say 9.5. He was getting an 8.5 overall, while highly stylized. This is a terrific, even now in 2023, this is a terrific version of EVAC. I don't know if you could improve on it really to be animation accurate. This is a very good acceptable version of Shattered Glass Galvatron. Like, I wish I had it, man. And as a Blades, though stylized, it is still fun and functional and excellent. Even as a Springer, I mean, I could see somebody saying, I'll give up the car to have this excellent bot in excellent mode. Kibble-tastic, I will admit, but for Cybertron, it was the going design of the time. And even with all the kibble, the articulation is tremendous. Overall score between a 10, a 7, a 10, and a 9.5. I'm going to say that the overall score for the guy is a solid 9. Hefty, functional, fun, and fantastic. What more could any fan want? And here we are once again, and here he is. So the transformation is fairly easy, mostly intuitive. I really didn't need to look very hard to figure everything out. Everything feels pretty solid and secure. The Cyberplanet key mechanism is fine. Whether you use it or whether you don't is sort of indifferent as best as I can tell. I like the transformation. Yes, he has a bit of kibble hanging off of him, but overall the articulation is good, the look is good. Like, as a transformer, this is great, right? As EVAC, it's wonderful. As blades, like, I get what they were going for, but as you saw, of course, in comparison with the Combiner Wars one, you know, is either really correct? I mean, to differing degrees, I suppose. I do feel like that the Combiner Wars one hits the marks of the character a bit more than this. So while I think it's a little bit iffy as a blades, and certainly one of those you got to kind of squint and turn your head to the side to see it, I do think it's a fantastic transformer with really decent, enjoyable articulation, as well as a fun, interesting transformation. To me, he's a win. Is he worth going back and kind of, you know, hunting to add? I think some version of this mold probably is. Is it necessarily the Blades version? Well, that's going to be up to you. Let me know what you think about this mold. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you indifferent to it? I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring. Or, of course, hit the join button, baby, at any given time and become a channel member. Please hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Stick around. Have some fun with us here on the channel. And especially remember that somehow, someway, each and every single solitary day, you do make a difference in the world. And I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way right here inside the videos.